Biofilms are an extracellular matrix slime with having bacterial colony in it, and these bacterial colony are protected with this extracellular slime. These are well known to form on non-biological surfaces which are immersed in the liquid, such as intravascular devices immersed in the bloodstream, but may also exist on the mucosal surfaces within the body, such as the tonsils and mucosa of the sinuses and mucosa of the middle ear. So these biofilm can exist in the biological devices, medical devices, and mucosa of the sinuses and middle ear mucosa also. The formation of the biofilm initially involve a stage of reversible attachment of the planktonic or free form of the organism to the surface. Development of biofilm. Initially, bacteria attach to the surface, then there is monolayer formation of the slime. This convert into microcolony and multi-layer formation, and this ultimately convert into mature biofilm which is mushroom shape, and this is covered by the polysaccharide slime material. And after maturation, these colony are capable of disbursement of the free living bacteria into the environment, that may again lead to the infection and resistant to the medical treatment. As biofilm develops, this attachment becomes irreversible and the bacterial community becomes covered with an extracellular matrix polysaccharide. Within this matrix, the individual cells communicate with each other by a process called quorum sensing, which allow regulation of gene expression throughout these colonies. A fully mature biofilm is able to release free organism back into the environment. Biofilm may involve more than one bacterial species. Most common species of biofilm formations are E. coli, Staphylococcus aureus, and Pseudomonas. These are the common species which lead to the biofilm formation in the human being. Common site of biofilm: dental plaque, otitis media, chronic rhinosinusitis, colonization of lung in chronic respiratory disease like cystic fibrosis, colonization of chronic wounds like diabetic wounds, osteomyelitis, intestinal microbiome, endocarditis, and device related infections. Treatment of infection involving biofilm are complicated by both the presence of extracellular slime, which make the penetration of antimicrobial difficult, and the fact that bacteria themselves will exhibit reduced metabolic activity and divide less frequently than their free living planktonic form. It means there is extracellular slime which protect the bacteria as well as their division is decreased. So any antibacterial agent supposed to act on the division of the bacteria. So both activity prevent the activity of the antimicrobial agent to the biofilm. But antibiotics which act on the ribosome before the division of the cell. So any microbial agent which act on the ribosome are effective against this biofilm unless there is resistance to this particular drug to the bacteria. Ribosome acting drug, mainly rifampicin and macrolide, are effective in these conditions unless there is resistance is there. Successful treatment of infection require removal of biofilm mechanically from the sinuses, middle ear, and removal of these biomedical devices from the particular site of infection. So, treatment strategy involving disruption of biofilm by the mechanical measures or eradication of biofilm with topical agents such as Menucani, which mainly contain glyoxal. So glyoxal is antibacterial anti-inflammatory agent of this Menarini. You can see this is the structure of the glyoxal. That is the main component of the Menarini. Another agent which is active against this biofilm are the mupirocin. You can apply mupirocin post face or middle ear aspiration of these infections of biofilm, so that is effective against these biofilms.